Hello, I'm Kråkan, also known as Corvus Cornix, and welcome to YACC, yet another Crowcast where I pick a game, I play it for a week, and then I'll talk about it. This week's game is DuckTales, and it was developed and published by Capcom in 1989, but the way I'm playing it is on the Disney Afternoon Collection for the PS4. But there will be spoilers up ahead, just so you know. But first, a little backstory. I can't really remember the first time I played this, but I do remember the animated series, so I'm very nostalgic about this game. So as you boot up the game, you get a selection screen of difficulties: easy, normal, and well, difficult. And then you can select a course. And on this course selecting screen, you have Scrooge sitting in a chair in front of a computer with Huey, Louie, and Dewey, the nephews. And the funny thing is, I think it's a limitation of the color palette of the NES, but they're two green and one red. And I remember distinctly that one of them had blue clothes, like a cap or a blue t-shirt, but whatever. So the selectable courses are the Amazons, Transylvania, the African mines, the Himalayas, and the moon. And I just booted up the Amazons first. You collect various treasures, and these spawn by you hitting objects with your cane or standing and jumping in specific places. I don't know why, but I find it funny because one of those collectible treasures looks like an ice cream cone. I don't know why, I find it funny. And there are other collectibles such as the M, which grants you invisibility, and smaller forms of you, which is ones up. So you can take 3 hits, I think, before you get a game over, like have to start over from the beginning of the level. So the enemies in the first level are typical enemies, I guess. Charging gorillas, snakes and bees, and flesh-eating plants and whatnot. So the first thing you do, it's like a easy platformer thing. You go right. So you traverse the level, and there are 2 ways you can go about this. Either way, you go down into the mines, you climb down a vine, and you find some hidden goodies. And this game is packed with hidden stuff. So you just want to collect as much stuff as possible because Scrooge McDuck is a greedy one. Yeah, so you get a better score and a better ending if you collect more stuff. So you can cleanse the dungeon below, and then you climb up. So you will find some annoying platforms, and there's I never like platforming, and when they're all like this precise, it's like no. So there are flying platforms in the sky. You have to avoid crashing into bees because there's a little bit knockback in this game. But it's always like the thing with platformers, right? So you reach the top anyway, and there's like this temple, and there are mice throwing like spears and stuff, and you get into the end of the tunnel, and there is a statue that demands money so you can cross. But you don't have to pay up anything. You can just spawn an enemy and use him with your pogo stick to get up. So there's this mechanic that you use on every enemy, and it's the pogo stick jumps. You jump and you press down and B, and Scrooge McDuck will use his cane as a pogo stick, and that's how you traverse and beat bosses later in the game. So the first boss is an Incan statue, which you just pogo on, and you try to avoid him. When he crash lands, he jumps and it creates like a shockwave. But you beat him, you collect the treasure, and I think it's like a sort of cane or a scepter. So the second level is the African mines, but as soon as you arrive there, you get told that you don't have a key, so you have to go to Transylvania because that's where the key is at. So you go to Transylvania, and you're confronted by skeletons running around, and mummies and bats, all sort of stereotypical things do you find in a monster castle, I guess. So the only thing you need to do, and this is really easy, you have to go into one of the mirrors because they teleport you into a room with a large treasure chest, and you grab the key. And then you return to the African mines. And this level is exactly what it sounds like. It's a mine underground, and there's some mine cart sections and whatnot, and there are weird looking snails with eyes that are bopping. And I thought it was kind of funny. But there's a secret path or a secret treasure you can get at the beginning of it. You pogo stick over like an abyss with green ducks that jumps up at you, and you collect like a hidden treasure. And then you traverse the level some more, and you will find that the boss of this level is a giant snail. Yeah, just like that. He spins around the walls, and you pogo jump on him until he falls. And most bosses in this game has like a life bar of 5 dots, so they're not really that hard. So returning to Transylvania, there's some skeletons, ghosts, and mummies, as I said before, and the whole point of this level is to find a way to the end, and it's not that easy. you traverse through these teleporting mirrors, and it's just more of a pain in the butt to actually get through. But as any NES game, if you know where you're going, you will end up right where you need to go. So there's some hidden power-ups and treasures here as well, and you collect like a shine spark or something, if that makes sense, and you get one extra hit on your guy, and that's about it. And the boss on this level is the witch from the series, and she it's kind of weird because she's a duck, right? But she throws lightning and she turns into a vulture. I don't know what that is, and you defeat her and you get a treasure. So the next level is the Himalayas, and it's kind of a funny scene because there's like a field of snow, and if you use the pogo stick, and you get trapped in the snow basically for a short amount of time. And there are some snow bunnies that jump up on the snow, and some goats, and the rabbits look kind of derpy. I thought that was kind of funny. But you explore like a cavern system, and you find one of your caveman buddies. I think his name is Bubba, and he will help you if you free him from the ice. And there's a little glitch that I found, that if you pogo stick into the snow and get stuck, he gets stuck as well, and he can't break the wall that he's supposed to. I don't know, a little funny thing. And then you traverse the level, and you end up at the boss, which is this Bigfoot Yeti thing, and he jumps on the ground, and snowballs falls down from the sky. He's not that hard, just avoid the snow and jump on him with the pogo stick technique. So the last level is the moon, and you basically go to the moon, and you can breathe in space because you're a duck. That makes total sense. So you go into this spacecraft, and it's full of aliens and whatnot, and you're supposed to, and this is really stupid, but you traverse, I think there are like 3 planes of the ship. You have to find a key that leads to a door so you can get the remote to Gizmoquack, so you can traverse to the end of the level and beat the boss, which is this giant rat. And I think they went for the whole idea like the moon is like cheese and there's a big rat in the center of it. But there is a little glitch here as well. You can get the remote faster if you manage to lure an enemy, and he will basically hit you, and you will kind of cross through the wall without the key, and then you have to die to get out of there because you can't get out. But so then you're forced to get back to Dracula's castle to actually fight Dracula. I forgot about this part, but you basically go and fight Dracula, and when you're about to grab the last treasure piece, your rival, I forgot his name, he races you to the top basically of this pillar. You climb like a vine or something, and if you reach the top before him, you will win the game. And there's this funny outro sequence where you're on a newspaper and the richest duck in Duckburg or whatever, and this I laughed so hard at this because I didn't think they thought it through. But the kids, Huey, Louie, and Dewey, they said like, well, we were glad to help you or something like that, and I couldn't have done it without you kids, now I'm the richest duck in the world. And he doesn't give him anything because he's a greedy little bastard. I thought it was funny, just standing there like smug and everything. It's like, well, they helped you throughout your venture, they gave you hints, but you're not going to give him anything? Typical Scrooge, right? So gameplay. Help Scrooge McDuck collect as many of the hidden treasures and other collectibles as possible so he can get even more richer, I guess. Control, square uses the cane, and if you jump and press down and square, you do like a pogo jump, which is used to take out bosses and other enemies. You can use the cane to fling other objects down at enemies to defeat them as well. X jumps, and D-pad moves the character around, and if you press down on the D-pad, you duck. So that's useful for some of the more annoying B puzzle elements. And the options button brings up like a menu of all the nice goodies you have. You have a save stage, and you can turn on filters and borders and whatnot, and it's a nice little thing to add to the whole thing that is this game, I guess. So graphics, it looks sweet. You have like this pixel perfect mode where you can make it like a really crisp image, and I like that because pixels are not supposed to be blurry. Sound and music, Hiroshi Torunova, I probably butchered that name, but he made the music for this game. It's a little chirpy kind of music, and I like it. Easter eggs, secrets, and glitches. There's some, the most hidden secrets are just you clinging against object and jumping, and you will spawn like all these hidden goodies. Jumping, hitting things, and just that's how you get stuff. And there's like some funny glitches where you can get punched through walls and stuff and get items earlier than you're supposed to. And the Bubba glitch where you basically stop his animation by doing your own getting stuck in the snow pogo animation. I don't know why. So in conclusion, I wrote yes. This game is awesome because you have all the goodies at your disposal. You have save state and you have some bonus feature. I think there's like a time trial and a boss rush. And I mean, it's all fun. You have like a collectible sketches and how the art cover looks, and the Disney collection is worth every penny because you get all these other games and save states, and I can't recommend this game enough because it's awesome. So anyway, thanks for listening and or watching, and take care.